Okay, we are at Pryce, and I'm really scared because this double looks super scary because I don't have Levitate Magnezone, which is, at least it feels like by far the best one for this fight. And I considered a lot of stuff and I came finally to this team. We have Sex in this fight, 2 probably. And one thing I'm really happy about is we are bringing Glaceon. And the great thing about that is that back at Wake, I basically struggled a lot because my only fast electric type was Manectric, and he is, first of all, a weaker fast electric type, and he also has really bad IVs. So I considered evolving my Eevee into Jolteon for that fight, but I said no, we might need Glaceon for Pryce. And that's exactly what ended up happening. We didn't get any of the strong Pryce encounters. We are bringing a Magnezone, but it's Magnet Pull and it's basically only a pivot. And yeah. So I will go over it move by move, and I hope we didn't make any mistakes. And let's send it. So here, the opener is extremely scary. I will slow down now. I will put on some sound in the background. Why is the opener scary? Because this Mamoswine is Snowcloak. And even if you're ready to fraud, which by the way I personally don't like, hitting through Snowcloak is very dangerous in doubles, because in a 1v1 situation, like hitting through Bright Powder, you can still argue that it's like, if I miss, maybe I'm very bulky against that mon, but in doubles, like, this is so complex. If like one turn you miss an attack, that's like such a huge difference to what's originally planned that I think like one Snowcloak miss and basically the battle will go terribly. And I think I would be surprised if somebody has a plan that just wants to hit through Snowcloak and he misses twice and he doesn't wipe. That would really surprise me. Maybe in like a very specific line where you basically kill everything else and Mamoswine is last mon. Okay, so the opener here is Swift, because we have Aura Sphere, which 2-shots Mamoswine. But the problem is we can crit, and then basically all the order gets switched around, and we want to be really consistent here. Consistency is far more important than like killing this Mamoswine more quickly. So Swift always hits both targets and will deal some chip damage, and we need sadly 2 Swifts for Mamoswine to be in Aura Sphere range. On the good side, 2 Swifts never kill this Mamoswine. So we Swift, and now we bring Granbull. And why do we bring this mon? The problem is that Glaceon is dead to Stone Edge. And I considered bringing something that baits like Ice Shard for higher priority. But the problem is that even if it's only +4 from kill on Glaceon, it can get +1 for being a high crit AI and +1 from being super effective, which is like a double only thing. Which means that in the end, Stone Edge could be clicked even over an Ice Shard kill on another mon. So I basically need to show, I need to stop Mamoswine from seeing kill, and Intimidate is just the perfect way to do that. So we pre-damaged Granbull here into the Drill Run range, and luckily this means that I'm also only dead to Psychic. It's actually really close, I think like 7 HP from Muddy Water. And Psychic and Drill Run are both completely immune against our Fearow. So we switch into Fearow. We hit the Swift. And we hit the Drill Run. Okay. So, now, this Mamoswine sees a kill on our Fearow, as well as the Starmie. And actually, even after Intimidate, even on -1, Mamoswine still sees kill. So what we will do is we will Shadow Ball the Starmie, and we will detect here. That will quickly level up everything in the calc as well. Okay, so now the next bait should always be Weavile, since funnily, it's pretty nice. Weavile, Fearow and Glaceon are always baiting Team Order, which is like Weavile, Aboma, Snow, Froslass, because all of them have a super effective move. And yeah, that's just like Team Order. Actually, Laprs also has a super effective move just against Fearow, but his typing is also double neutral, and he's actually just like last on the team order. Otherwise, we probably would be fucked because Fearow is the real demon of this fight. Okay, so now we will go back to hitting a Swift, and we will switch into Magnezone. So this is really important because Weavile has a Focus Sash, and by delaying the second Swift to chip Mamoswine, we can actually create a situation where we get the chip on Mamoswine, but we also break the Focus Sash on Weavile. And we have a plus defense Magnezone. So it's not Levitate, but it tanks double crit here and never baits anything else than Drill Run from Mamoswine. Okay, no crits anyways. Okay, now we Aura Sphere Weavile, and we switch back into Fearow. And this is pretty important because on 51 we actually outspeed Weavile with our Glaceon because we have really, really good IVs. That means we only need to dodge the Drill Run from Mamoswine, and we will be fine here. Yeah, we don't need Flash Cannon. Now, Aboma Snow comes in, and also this is also pretty important. Actually on level 50, we would be dead to Superpower here. But since we leveled up to 51, and we are an Ice type, so we didn't take any Hail chip, we're actually not dead to Superpower, so we can now Aura Sphere the Mamoswine, and Aboma Snow only sees kill on Fearow with Ice Punch, and we can detect. And now we have reached a really dangerous spot. The thing is here, I couldn't find any other way, but we need to Shadow Ball the Abomasnow, because Lapras is a complete demon and we don't want to risk like any weird stuff. And there are some really weird things if like Lapras sees Blizzard Kill on Fearow and starts freezing my Glaceon. Or even worse, we get like Muddy Water range. There are just like a few things I don't like, and Fearow is basically completely useless IB-wise. It has 6 HP, 0 attack, 9 defense, 0 special defense, and 9 speed. And it's brave, so it's even minus speed. So we didn't even outspeed the Mamoswine with our Fearow. And so maybe there's like a slight modification that we could do to save this Fearow. But we have Absol as our Sucker Punch mon. We have enough Protect mons. And I just didn't want to risk anything. So I just take the safe win here. Both of them can only attack. We are holding the black glasses, so we always kill Froslass with Sucker Punch. And we are always dead to Ice Punch from Abomasnow, and he also doesn't see any other killing move besides Ice Punch. Yeah, and as I said, I could go for Aura Sphere crit here to kill the Abomasnow. But I really want to have a controlled environment against Lapras, because that thing is just like a complete nightmare. And I think Fearow was really sackable. So I have prepared a Crobat. And Crobat is pre-damaged into Thunderbolt range. And what that means is that we can now Aura Sphere and U-turn the Abomasnow. We can switch into Granbull. And we always kill Abomasnow before it can move with Aura Sphere. And we baited Thunderbolt on Crobat. Yeah, let's forget U-turn, because that's a TM. And now Granbull can be dead to crit, but he's not. Okay, so now basically I just sacked Fearow into, because I didn't want to bait random move here, and just a second later I'm telling you guys that everything is fine and we are basically baiting random move anyways. But the difference is Lapras can never go for Dragon Pulse on Glaceon, which is the only killing move. And he will always somehow find a way to kill Granbull here, which always gives me a free switch in, which always allows me to kill after we get some chip here. Plus there's one thing that could happen. If we quit our close combat or our Ice Beam, we might kill Lapras before it can move and Granbull will be able to live. So Granbull will have to decide if he wants to survive. I guess Freeze could also work. That wasn't a crit. Maybe High Roll is even enough because we are holding the black belt. No, we are missing by a slight margin, but we are not dead on Glaceon. So Sunflora comes in and yeah, Leaf Storm is just the biggest nuke I have against this Lapras because I don't have any Dragon type who outspeeds this, so I cannot hit it for super effective damage. It has Ice Body plus leftovers, making it incredibly bulky. So I felt like I had to go like the nuking way against it. So yeah, this was the Pryce fight. everything went exactly as planned. There was like only the slight variance at the end if we with Granbull in the basically when I have 5 months against his last, so it's basically a consistent fight here, which is really nice after especially like Fatina was like really badly planned. And we are out. 2 sacks, in my opinion, very acceptable. And yeah, I will see you around for the rocket bosses, unless of course we wipe beforehand against some of the other rocket grunts. Thanks for watching.